I came across this video about stress, and especially for people like us who they work in the service business, and I wanted really to share it with you because it really helped my life. I started doing a few things since 15-20 years back, and it really helped my life to stay healthy and put me on the right track. Listen to this.
Now, all organisms in nature can tolerate short-term stress. The deer in the woods that gets chased by a pack of coyotes, the moment the deer sees that external stimulation, it turns on a primitive nervous system called the fight or flight nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system, and it mobilizes enormous amounts of energy to prepare itself for that threat in the environment. And if the deer outruns the coyotes, 15 minutes later it goes back to grazing and the event is over and returns back to homeostasis. Short-term stress, we can all tolerate that. But human beings are a little different because they could have a confrontation with a coworker or their boss, and they can perceive that boss as a predator. And what was once highly adaptive now becomes very maladaptive. Because when you turn on the stress response and you can't turn it off, now you're headed for disease. Because no organism can live in emergency mode for extended periods of time. And it's a scientific fact that most people in the Western world spend 70% of their time living in survival, living in stress. And if you keep mobilizing all of this energy for some threat in your external environment, there's no energy in your internal environment for growth and repair. There's no energy for long-term building projects. You've tapped the reserve, and the immune system becomes compromised, and the body breaks down. But human beings, because of the size of the neocortex, can turn on the stress response just by thought alone. You can think about some future worst-case scenario in your mind, and you can attend to it to the exclusion of everything else and make it real. Or you can unfold the past bitter memory that's tattooed in the recesses of your gray matter and bring it to life, and your body experiences the same chemicals. So then, if it's a scientific fact that the hormones of stress downregulate genes to create disease, and I just said you can turn on the stress response just by thought alone, that means that your thoughts can literally make you sick. So if your thoughts can make you sick, is it possible that your thoughts can make you well? Poke the person next to you, please. Now, those hormones of stress are highly addictive. They give the brain and body a rush of energy. And people begin to use the conditions and problems in their life to reaffirm their emotional addiction. So then, if you're using the conditions in your external environment to reaffirm your addiction emotionally, that means you can become addicted to the life you don't even like.
Let me tell you this story. 2007, 2008, I started to become really famous before even the social media was out there. You could go through all the magazines. You will see me in Time Out, you will see me in Ahla Mag, in all kind of different magazines. You will go to expat websites in Dubai and as well in the Middle East and see people just chatting internally, their Facebook groups or expat groups about how great is our service. Before I know, I started having all these people flying over, especially from the surrounding countries and from inside UAE to get their hair done. Now, when the social media came in, it brought with it a lot of expectations and insecurities. So we start to have a lot of clients coming with this unrealistic expectations. They see other influencers back then, because people had no idea what realistic is. They would see someone either famous or an actor or someone online, and they see how good looking their hair is, or how they were able to achieve something from black to blonde, or someone walking around with the super silver color, because that was a trendy color as well that time. And because social media brought with it a lot of insecurities, so we're starting to have the difficult clients coming, people who they have been through a lot of hair salons and they were not able to achieve the color they want. So they would come to you with unrealistic expectations and expecting because you have a good reputation, you will be able to do it for them. Then after a while, I'm like, this is actually stressing me out, because those people, they don't get it. Like, you explain to them in a couple of minutes that this is not possible, we cannot achieve it, Then after the visit, they still complain, like, why you haven't done this to me? I came for this color. How come you didn't achieve this? How come that person achieved it? Look at this picture. This is what I showed you. Then I start realize after a few months is that, you know what, doesn't work that way. Because when I get such a client and stresses me out, I carry this stress all day long. And that ruins my energy between me and the rest of the clients during the day. And I was super busy, like how I am now. Like, I've been busy, thank God, for almost 18 years, which is amazing. Now what happened is I started to realize that this has an impact on my life, for my energy with the rest of the clients who are coming later. And sometimes you will take it home with this energy and you feel bad. And some clients, they're the worst. They would keep texting you and telling you, this is what happened, I want this, I want that. I'm like, this one bad episode will carry on and bring you negativity for the next few days, maybe ruin your whole week. And then your brain keep thinking about it, so you internally get sick. And that's where I took a decision. I'm like, listen, from now on, you need to know everything before I even start your job, before I even do your hair. You need to know what to expect. You need to know what it can be achieved. You need to know if I can do it or not. And I'm not even if I can do it, I'm not gonna promise you that as well. I will, if you notice in my videos, I always do not promise people. If they ask me, so do you think we can achieve that? My first answer would be, I do not know. Because I don't wanna give them even 0.1% promise. I have no idea. Or what I can promise you is to do my best, try to achieve what we discussed. I'm not achieving any of the colors you brought in the pictures. I'm not achieving any of the colors that I showed you. I'm gonna try to achieve something similar to what I might show you, or similar to what we discussed. But that's all what you need to know. And the prices, this is the prices. The time, this is the time. Is it gonna last? Nothing can last. You might walk out of the salon after 1 week, the color might start washing out. This has nothing to do with me. This has to do with the quality of your hair. That's why I always pair together the service, the hair coloring service, with the treatment to make the color last and make the hair feel soft if I need to do a big transformation. Now, going back to our original topic. So basically, since then, I was able to monitor any kind of stress, eliminate any kind of stress within the salon. Because even if I'm handling 10 color transformation at the same time, and this is what I do now. We are a big team. We're 15 people. I do not work alone. I'm not gonna sit down with one client and work with her the whole day. So I have a big team. They've all been with me for minimum 10, 12 years. We work together on all the clients. So I have all the time, minimum 7, 8 hair color transformation happening at the same time. And I have zero stress. None of my stylists has a stress. You know why? Because every client sitting on every chair knows where we're going. The clients has zero stress because everything has been discussed. And even after the service is finished, there is no room for any client to come up and say, hey, you told me this, you told me that. I told you nothing. I didn't promise you any of that. Our conversation was very clear. We discussed this. We set in advance our expectations. So you have no right to tell me anything. If you combine this strategy with any service business, then you will be able literally to avoid stress on your life. And all services businesses these days becoming stressful because of the miscommunication between clients and the service provider. So I highly encourage you to follow this, not because you want to prove that you know what you're talking about, or you want to. Trust me, this is going to benefit you as a service provider more than a customer. The customer will be actually much more happier because you are honest with her, you are clear, straightforward, everything set in advance, so there is no misunderstanding. But trust me, nothing worse having a stressful life. Eliminate that stress from your life, then you combine it with a healthy lifestyle. Look how I sit every morning here in the sun. I enjoy 15 minutes, 20 minutes, sometimes 1 hour. I sit alone, take my vitamin D, take a good breathe, let my body relax, calm down, feel the energy, feel how the nature around me, even if it's limited nature, limited green, but everything works. feeling the breathe hitting my everything helps. Everything helps. You combine it with a healthy lifestyle, you surround yourself with the good people, you do a good amount of workout per week, and your life will be much better. And you follow this with everything, not just within your business. You try to unstress yourself, and you try to stay away from stress that even comes to you. For example, we get clients that after they finish the service, and we do our best to deliver the best possible experience, some of them like to take it personally. So if there's something that they're not happy with, they go and write a review. This is for example, and I'm sure every service businesses go through this. Those people who they like to go and write a negative review trying to hurt your business, those people, they come from negativity and misery life. All what they do or their life is to complain. They're so sad from inside. So instead of coming back to us and saying, hey, please, I know you did your job, I know everything was great, but there is this little thing that I'm not happy about, can you please adjust it? They're so sad that they like to take it in a personal level, go online and write a review. And what do you think I do? I don't reply to them. I block them from even coming back for a free touch-up. All my clients, who they come to the salon, I offer them a free touch-up if there's anything that they are not happy with. They have 10 days. Every client that comes to my salon have 10 days of free touch-up. If she want to adjust the color a little bit, tone it down, there's something that she's not happy with, you have 10 days to come and get it done for free. Those people, they like to take it on a personal level. And what do you think I need to acknowledge them? No, the first thing I do is I block them. So they're not even allowed to come for a free touch-up anymore, not sooner and not later in the future. I do not respond to their reviews online. I just ignore them. These people here, they're not stable. I do not actually support anyone that likes to write a bad review, thinking this is their way to force a business to reply to them or get something out of them or make them do something for free or maybe give them money back. There's a lot of ways that those negative people, they think it's their way to get revenge or hurt the business. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So what you need to understand that negative people, they do not deserve your time and attention. They thrive on drama and negativity, literally. And I choose not to participate in that. If I sense during the hair consultation right away that those people are part of the negative groups, I prefer that you take a second opinion, because I'm sure someone else is better than me can achieve the color if you think I'm not capable to do it. Or what I can do is 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're happy to do it, we can proceed. This is your charges and you're more than welcome. If you're not happy with that, please take a second opinion with all my respect and you're free to go. Take your energy, me and my thoughts thinking, take your energy and negativity and go dump it on someone else. Not on me. I work so hard on myself to stay healthy inside and outside and keep my energy as good as possible. So hopefully this can help you. Cheers.